This is for your practice for sutra chanting or verse chanting. And since I thought it'd be easier to do it this way, so I'm sharing this on Zoom and recording this on YouTube Live. So let me start reviewing the verses that we were chanting through a couple of sessions in the past. Typically, we start memorizing first from these verses. Of course, it's short, but also there are ones that we chant. There are ones that we don't chant, but we recite or just quietly whisper, or not, don't even whisper, but read in, say it in your mind. But let's see from this one. This is a version in English, in Soto Zen. So this type of English translations has changed in the past. So we would say this is today's version. And as you know, you have so many different translations. But this is good for, first of all, to get the meaning and also to understand one version, and you can adapt or switch to different ones if you go to different places. Row verse, takkesage. How great the robe of liberation, a formless field of merit, wrapping ourselves in Buddha's teaching. We free all living beings. We chant this 3 times. Some places they put on robes or rocks after the chanting. In some places they start putting on robes while chanting sutras from the second or third part. So there are some variations. In Japanese, it goes like this. Takesage, robe verse. 大祭枝服無双空伝へ異部如来経合同諸修上 We have repentance verse then, which we chant often. Repentance verse, Sangemon. Oh, my past and harmful karma, born from beginningless greed, hate, and delusion, through body, speech, and mind, I now fully avow. We chant this for 3 times as well. In Japanese, Sangemon, repentance verse. 画釈所蔵諸悪語海遊無視頓人知重心悔死傷傷一切が今回参下 That was repentance verse. And then, let's see, we can start looking at another one that we typically chant is Kaikyoge, Sutra opening verse. English first. Sutra opening verse, Kaikyoge. The unsurpassed, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rarely met with even in 100,000 million kalpas. Now we can see and hear it, accept and maintain it. May we unfold the meaning of the Tathagata's truth. Of course, there are some variations in translations. In Japanese, it goes like this. Kaikyoge, Sutra opening verse. 無常人人未明百千万語難遭遇が根検門徳十字願下如来真実意 That was Sutra opening verse. Some more typical. And of course, another one that quite often we chant is full Bodhisattva vows. This one's in Japanese. Let me do English first. Full vows or full Bodhisattva vows. Here you go. Full vows. Shigusei Gambo. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to realize it. That's an English one. In Japanese, it goes like this. Shigusei Gammon, 4 vows. 衆生無変誓願道煩悩無尽誓願断訪問無量誓願学仏道無常誓願上 That was the 4 vows. So probably most of them are this type of sutras we chant commonly. And let's see, what would be most common? There are the verses, for example, this one, prostration vow. As far as I know, I guess as my experience is still limited, but from what I've observed and experienced, there's a certain verse that we don't particularly chant, and for various reasons, this is one of those that we don't really hear people chant that much, but we say it. So I do this often while I do the prostration or before. Prostrations verse, Lai Haige. The nature of that which can be and is worshipped is empty and still. One's own body and the body of the other are in essence not two. May we together with all beings obtain liberation, giving rise to the supreme intention, relying on the ultimate truth. Often I do this in Japanese. Raihaige, prostrations first. Norai shorai shoku jaku, jishin tashin taimu ni, gangu shujo toku gedatsu, otsumu joi shinsai. So these two you can clearly tell I'm not chanting. And there are sometimes things like that. And another one's bathing verse. Because bath is one of the places of silence. So you don't really chant, but you say it in your mind. So that's where you sometimes learn it, but then you don't really vocalize it. Bath verse. Yuyoku no ge. Bathing the body, may all living beings be clean in body and mind, pure and shining within and without. Here we go, sorry. Nyuyoku no ge, bath verse. 沐浴身体当願主上、心人無垢内下高潔. It's the same way face washing verse. For example, when you're picking up a toothbrush, holding the toothbrush, may all living beings attain the true Dharma and be naturally pure and clean in your mind. Picking up the toothbrush. 修十幼児当願修上、神徳消防自然承上. So these are some examples. You don't chant it the same way you do with roll verse and stuff, but they're there. Let's not omit this. I'll do this too. Brushing your teeth in the morning, I vow with all beings to care for the eye teeth that bite through all afflictions. 神釈幼児当願主上、特徴仏芸、税小煩悩. So something like this. Very subtle. So that's about it. I want to mention at the end. Then of course we have this. Maybe I should do this as well. So 3 refuge prayers. Sankirai. I take refuge in Buddha. May all beings embody the great way, resolving to awaken. I take refuge in Dharma. May all living beings deeply enter the sutras, wisdom like an ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May all beings support harmony in the community, free from hindrance. And in Japanese, I think it's somewhere here, over here. Sankidaimon. Sankidaimon, 3 refuge prayer. 自起へ仏当願主上、大芸大道発無上意。 磁気を東岸主上、人入共造、知恵如海、磁気相東岸主上、通り大衆一切無碍。And of course, also we say this the same thing in Japanese, just for your reference. It's the same meaning. 自ら仏に敬し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情と共に大道を体芸して無常意を起こさん。自ら仏に敬し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情と共に深く共造に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自らそうに消し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情と共に大衆を通りして一切無限ならん。That was probably one of the verses. And I suppose I should mention this too. Sankiemon comes right here. Yes, Sankiemon. I can say this in English, but somehow it's the same thing as Buddha Saranam Gacchami, Dharma Saranam Gacchami. So this the way to pay respect. And I don't really hear English people, speaking people use this English translation. And I do wonder sometimes it's they prefer a different translation, but it's the way it sounds. Anyway, I'll share this. Oops. Sorry. So where'd it go? Here you go. Sankiemon. 3 refuge verses. Sankiemon. Hail refuge in Buddha. Hail refuge in Dharma. Hail refuge in Sangha. I take refuge in Buddha, honored as the highest. I take refuge in Dharma, honored as the stainless. I take refuge in Sangha, honored as harmonious. I have completely taken refuge in Buddha. I have completely taken refuge in Dharma. I have completely taken refuge in Sangha. Like I said, this translation, I have not really seen people use this. Instead, people often use the Sanskrit one, the original one sound of Buddha Saranam Gacchami, that line. So that just let you know that this isn't necessarily being used as far as I can see commonly. But in Japanese, we do this quite often. Sankiemon, 3 refuges verse. Namu kie butsu. Namu kie o. Namu kie so. Kie butsu mujou son. Kie origin son. Kie so ago son. Kie bukkyo. Kie o kyo. Kie so kyo. So that's about it. We have a couple more, but I would just reserve it for some other occasions. And among the verses, a verse of homage to Buddhist relics called Shari Daimon. We chant this as a sutra quite often. So I record it on other, I guess, occasion of video. But before, yes, I want to add just one thing, although it's not a verse, this is also quite commonly used, which is a universal echo. This is quite commonly used, so I'd like to share this as a part of the verse, to memorize at the beginning, dedication verse. So let me do this in English. May this merit extend universally to all, so that we, together with all beings, realize the Buddha way. Usually we chant all Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, which I'd like to find right here. Following the echo, we always chant this, what we call samyaksam, three treasures. So again, if I repeat that universal echo, or any echoes actually, but then I'll use the universal echo. May this merit universally extend to all, so that we, together with all beings, realize the Buddha way. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, prajna paramita. These three treasures are also translated differently according in each communities. So more or less it's the rhythm. And if you go to different communities, you may see slightly different versions. But again, it's a Buddhas, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Here it's the Buddhas, and then those bodhisattvas, and then wisdom. So this is always the same, expressed often differently. All right, that's about it. And I will cover echo at the next video, but I think hopefully this is something you can get to start. And it's good to kind of have a sense of what it's like to start memorizing this. Then we'll get to the sutras if you are interested. Okay, here we go.